We're just about wrapped up here from Pocono Raceway. The Great American Getaway 400 is in the books. Let's break down how it all went down on the back road.
It's a non-points race, but it is a short race. Checkered flag. That's all this race is.
What's going on, everybody? Elliot Hicks and Seth Woolcock here. The Great American Getaway 400, the NASCAR Cup Series race from Pocono Raceway, is in the books. We got the haulers pulling out behind us. You'll see them in the background maybe. Chase Briscoe able to lock down the victory. Some really good fuel mileage from that number 19. They played the strategy well. And even though Briscoe made a mistake, pulled out on that last pit stop a little earlier than he should have, it worked out for the number 19 team.
Yeah, shout out to this entire 19 team. Obviously a transition year for him. We heard Chase a lot in the post-race presser saying that when it came to driving a Joe Gibbs equipment, that it was just different, right? He could drive so much deeper into the corner, and I think we saw that on full display today, man. And I don't think anyone had Chase Briscoe coming into the weekend on their radar or on their betting card. If you did, let us know down in the comments below. We want to hear from you. We want to celebrate this victory with you. But Elliot, average finish here in the next gen era, 19. So it's not like Chase has been very, very good, even in SHR equipment. Mm-hmm. Kind of a shocker altogether, but, really managed to save those last 30 or so laps. And, I was sweating out the Denny Hamlin outright, so I was hoping maybe he could fall back. But great run for him and James Small and company.
Yeah, hey, so was I. And in terms of Briscoe, his first year in the JGR equipment, that performs a lot better traditionally at Pocono. Denny Hamlin ended up second. Let's hear from him post-race.
Every time I try to stay really close to him, I would get really tight, and then we'll let the 12 come back to me. So at that point, I'm just trying to keep a little bit of an air gap there to allow my car to cool off and try to make another run at him. But just these speeds, this back corner speed just can't overcome the aerodynamic stacks. That's been Pocono for 25, 30 years.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin, he really came so close. We were kind of thinking Briscoe's going to run out. We're going to get that outright, but you still have the top 5 number on the number 11.
Yeah, minus 120, top 5 at ESPN Bet. We were on that Wednesday night. Put that in the IBT Family Racing Discord if you were over there. Hopefully you tailored us. That was a good 4-unit play for us. And I think we woke up today, Elliot, it was like minus 250 or something over there. So great play. And, honestly, should have got even more aggressive with a top 3.
Speaking of Toyotas, our big story of the weekend was Legacy Motor Club. We talked to John Hunter Nemechek. We had a lot of bets on Erik Jones as well. And they continued to show speed, obviously qualifying both in the top 11. And John Hunter Nemechek ended up with a P6 finish today, just narrowly missing what would have been an unbelievable top 5 number. Let's hear from the driver of the number 42 post-race.
You talked glowingly about the personnel changes made at Legacy this year. Two straight top 10s for you. How's it feel, and is this just another testament to the changes at Legacy this year?
Yeah, I definitely think so. We showed up and both cars had speed this weekend right off the truck. Qualified really well. My best qualifying effort in the Cup Series, and we raced well as well. So proud of the effort, proud of everything that they've put in at Legacy Motor Club, all the men and women. Proud of the effort that I'm putting in. Definitely looking forward to continuing to come back to the racetrack. It's fun when you unload with speed, but just a testament to this 42 team. They've been working really hard. Travis Mack and I have been communicating well. Sydney as our primary crew engineer, Dex, Carl, Josh, everyone that works on this thing. Just proud of the effort.
How great does it feel to have a complete weekend from unloading fast to you just barely got off pit road right there before the caution fell, so great strategy on the day too, and then you have Kyle Larson breathing down your neck and you hold him off that entire last run?
Yeah, dirty air sucks for sure. I was doing everything I could to keep him behind me, and luckily we were able to. He probably could have shipped it in there and got to my left rear and knocked me out of the way, but he raced clean, and I appreciate that.
Where's the confidence level for you personally right now after such strong runs here this summer?
You got to be confident, right? But I reset every week and take every week as it comes. Try not to get overconfident or anything of that sort. Show up to the racetrack with the same mentality every single week.
for John Hunter Nemechek too, getting that good finish today. Cashed an absolute mega bet that we both had. FanDuel, the odds were way longer on him to get a top 10. Even this morning, we were able to both nail it at plus 850, the JHN top 10.
Yeah, shout out to our colleague Erik Romoff. He was a sicko and wanted to go with a top 5, 22-1 on JHN. And if Briscoe runs out of gas, he hits that too. And man, JHN, not only is he such a likable character in the garage, but seeing the growth from him, putting together a full weekend, Elliot, unloads fast, P4 starting this race, and ran top 10, slid back right away. The first couple laps he was running in P10. I was kind of worried about that top 10 play, and then ends up kind of on the wrong side of a strategy call for a second. He ends up pitting right before that final caution comes out. He ends up jumping 4 or 5 spots right there, gets himself back into the top 5, top 6 mix. So JHN, congrats to him, congrats to this entire team, and excited to see what he can do. And if the books are going to keep, throwing out plus 850, 6-1s even on Legacy, I think we need to continue to invest at least, a half a unit or so each week and every week.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The JHN bet works out for us. My Erik Jones bet's not so much. It was a decent run for him today. Ended up, I believe, 14th, but that's not a top 10. And Austin Cindric finished 10th. So the matchup that you hopped on that I convinced you to, unfortunately, that didn't work either. So if you remember in our Xfinity show, we talked to P3 Christian Eckes, who was happy. P4 Chase Elliott, not so happy. Similar situation today. P6 John Hunter Nemechek, great day, very happy post-race. Kyle Larson finished 7th, and he was not so stoked about how today's race went.
We weren't really a threat all day, so yeah, can't pass. It's no fun. Try to have fun, but it's not fun.
The frustration for the number 5 team, it's obvious, it's understandable when you consider that this should be a team that is competing weekly for W's. And I get it. I don't think Pocono would be a really fun place to run, Elliot, if you don't have speed to pass people. There weren't a lot of passes. I think we saw one green flag pass for the lead there.
Ironically enough, a Hendrick car, Alex Bowman, passing Joey Logano in the middle of stage 2.
Yeah, so I completely understand. And Larson, honestly, in a little bit of a slide here, man. Like, it kind of started with that Coke 600 disappointment after wrecking out of the Indy 500. And it just feels like he hasn't really put together a full race where he has race-winning speed. I think we have to continue to leave off the number 5 team of our betting cards if we're going to continue to get pretty short and juiced odds on him.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to change the odds on Larson because just the flick of a switch and that team will be right back to their winning ways, and it very well could happen in the summer stretch. Hendrick didn't qualify well as a whole yesterday. They ended up getting some speed back. Larson 7th. Alex Bowman ended up 11th. William Byron kind of got mired back with a strategy call. Chase Elliott ends up P5. Cashed a top 5 bet that I put on also this morning, and thankfully that happened because I had a lot of bets miss. But also hit the matchup over Tyler Reddick. Reddick was one of a few Toyota drivers that had brake issues today. We'll get to that in just a second. But it was a tough race out there for these guys. Both Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney both were really struggling post-race. They had to take a minute to sit and chill out after the race. Ryan Blaney takes a golf cart to the infield care center. Hopefully he's doing all right. But I mean, you said it, Pocono. Whether you have speed or not, because Ryan Blaney was pretty fast at times too, it's just a grueling place to race.
Well, it's sketchy, right? Like, it's sketchy. Each one of these corners is different, and I think we asked McNasty yesterday, what is the sketchiest corner here? They've all been modeled after a different racetrack, and he said all of them, right? And I think we saw that here, especially, it was very, very humid today. We had a delayed start as well, so I think drivers were a little antsy to get in the car, and I thought the rain would kind of cool things off. It did not at all. It was one of the hotter days I think we've had here in northeastern Pennsylvania so far this summer.
You're right, this place is sketchy, and it was unfortunately sketchy for Michael McDowell too. He also had a brake failure and had some rotor spit out onto the track, causing a debris caution. And all of 2311, Riley Herbst very early on crashes out. Bubba Wallace, his bad day turned worse. Your matchup didn't work out there. Wallace was knocked out of the race. And then Tyler Reddick, after that happened, he starts to have brake issues. They take that 45 car back into the garage. They change out the brake rotors as far as I know. They get him back out there, and I think he was only 1 lap down late in the race. We were too busy watching the fuel mileage to know if he even got. He wouldn't have got back on the lead lap because of the caution. But either way, to only lose that amount of laps and to get that problem fixed, not put Reddick in a dangerous situation and not wreck another car. Good work from the 45 team.
Yeah, I mean, this is another guy. I think you have to continue to leave off your betting card until further notice. Like, we thought we'd see a good run from him in Mexico City. He came actually number 1 in the IBT betting projections this week, and I think neither one of us wanted to really get invested with him just because it's been one top 10 in the last 8 runs coming into this one. That makes 9 in a row, or at least 1 out of the last 9 races that he hasn't gotten that top 10 finish. And Denny Hamlin, I heard another reporter kind of ask him, like, what's kind of going on with Toyota, because it seems like just a lot of issues with the quality control there, Elliot. I mean, for this to happen, and out of all places, like we heard Bubba Wallace on the broadcast, he knew the tire was going down, and he was bracing himself for that impact, got out of the car right away, walked down to the infield care center. He was peeved off. He was hurting from this crash as well. So just a really bad situation there. And I don't know what Toyota has to do, because obviously we saw it today. JGR has speed, but there's also all these little issues that are going on with different teams. Today, Legacy on the better end of it, JGR on the better end of it, but 2311 certainly not.
Yeah, you're right. We really were expecting, or at least figuring the possibility of Reddick being better. 2 runner-ups and a P6 finish here, 3.3 average finish. That's going to go way up after today's result. And for Reddick, I had just a little sprinkle on the outright, knowing his success here, but I had more on the hedge of Chase Elliott over Reddick, and it worked out for me. Well, we're just about wrapped up here, and so is the track personnel. We just had a light go out around us. Carson Hocevar was another guy today. Had a real rocket, but then got kind of knocked back on the strategy a little bit. Had some nervy moments where he and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. were racing close together, but no incidents there. I think it was Jeff Gluck tweeted out that Hocevar was racing with Stenhouse as if he knew that Stenhouse was going to throw the red turtle shell from Mario Kart at him and knock him out, but it ended up that Hocevar did end up passing Stenhouse, and there was no incident there. It ended up P18 for Hocevar. I had the Hocevar over Logano matchup that was in an even money that I put in the Discord. Hocevar was 18th, Logano was 16th. So I feel like I handicapped that all right. Yeah. And Hocevar definitely had a faster car than Logano. It just didn't work out with the strategy.
Yeah, one of the mysteries of the race, right? Like, I remember early in this thing saying, oh my gosh, I think Carson Hocevar has a real chance to win this.
It led laps too.
Yeah, he got mauled back in traffic at one point on a pit stop. And I think he came out, P25, P26, and by the time that stage was over, I think it was maybe only a 15, 20 lap run. He was already back up inside the top 12, and that just didn't end up, with a good performance from him at the end of the day with the finishing position. But still, someone we're going to continue to look on for bets each and every week. I won't be betting matchups, on him, because we do see this type of performance. Really not on him today, more the team strategy, I think. But he's a guy, if you want to chase the top 5, if you want to chase the top 3, if you want to chase the outright, it's coming. It's just a matter of when, I think, for Carson Hocevar and this number 70-17 team.
Yeah, we were talking pre-race with Hocevar. It's almost like you bet the top 5 or nothing.
Yep.
Because he's going to have top 5 speed in those races. Either he's going to finish top 5 or something's going to happen and the top 10 is worthless. Yeah. The matchups against guys who are running maybe even a little slower than him. Logano was not a guy that was in contention really at any point today, but ends up getting a better finish than the 77 just because that team is still working on putting full races together.
Well, and good on him for how he raced with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. because, I mean, you got to love the irony of NASCAR sometimes, Ellie, because I felt like, not only did we get him running 3 and 4 with Ricky Stenhouse Jr., the broadcast focus on it. That's where my eyes were glued to it, going around this entire tricky triangle for, what felt like 30, 40 laps, and then they get on the front row together. Hocevar raced him very, very generously. So I think Stenhouse probably appreciated that, and maybe this does bury the hatchet overall. And I'm glad Stenhouse didn't want any retaliation or anything, because this is not the place to do it when you're going at this high of speed at a place like the Tricky Triangle.
Yeah, no, maybe stick it in the back of your mind for the next short track, but for now, probably a good idea at a place with high speeds like Pocono. Well, it's been a great weekend here. This really is the Great American Getaway out here at Pocono Raceway. Shout out to Chase Briscoe for taking home the win in the Cup Series today, and shout out to the IBT family as well, and everyone involved with putting this whole weekend together.
Yeah, man, Pocono Raceway staff, always A-plus individuals they have here. We appreciate them. Appreciate all the team personnel that let us get, kind of behind the scenes with some of these drivers, talk to them after some of the highs and the lows that came here in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. And want to shout out our producers behind the scenes, Erik, Romoff, Nicolette as well. You guys do an absolute phenomenal job. We can't thank you guys enough for everything you do here as well. And shout out to the IBT family, everyone in the Discord, in the premium membership, riding alongside with you guys. I know we had a whole tale of people, a lot of DGens come with us on the plus 850 JHN over the last 24 hours, so that was super cool to see so many people invested with that, to see all our former followers who were coming back with us, catching up with what we've been doing over the weekend. We appreciate that. I got a lot of kind texts, DMs over the weekend as well, so we appreciate that. And all the new people who came and they supported us, thank you. Like your support, subscribing, giving this video a thumbs up, and if you want more of our content, going over to the IBT Racing Family Discord, that is always in the episode link description as well, so you can make sure you're checking that out. But this is what helps us get us back here, right? This is the kind of support that helps us get back here, helps us, pick up some things for some giveaways, also helps us, pay for lodging, just, transportation, different things to get us up here at the track to bring you more coverage. We love to do it, and Elliot, can't thank you enough, man. You're a great leader of this team, and pleasure doing business with you again this weekend. And hey, maybe I'll get you on the next Bet Openly.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was fun this weekend. Check out that short if you haven't. Noah Gregson out qualifying, Riley Herbst there. I don't know why you went with Herbst there. But anyway, we'll talk more ball because it's back to the grind now. Atlanta/Echo Park Speedway. Rod and I will be on there Thursday breaking down Atlanta and the in-season tournament that's starting out as well. It's been fun this weekend. Shout out again to Nicolette and Erik. I know we've had fun just the two of us doing these races before, but they were a real joy to work with this weekend as well. Thanks again for rolling down the back road with us all weekend from Pocono Raceway. We'll see you next time here on In Between Media's The Back Road.